In the last lecture, we started with factors affecting reactivity. Before starting inductive effect, we have started with the fission of bonds. Basically, there are two types of fission of bonds. One is homolytic fission and the other is heterolytic fission. In any covalent bond, you will be having two electrons. If it is 100% covalent, both the electrons are present at the center. If you are trying to break such a bond, one of the atom will be taking one electron and the other atom will be taking another electron. In the process, the formed intermediates are called as free radicals. Free radicals are odd electron species because in the outermost shell, in the carbon, you are having number of electrons as 7 electrons, which is an odd electron species. Okay, and they are highly reactive. I am saying that they are highly reactive because they require only one electron to complete their octet. If we are having electronegativity difference, in that case, either B will be having electrons towards it or A will be having electrons towards it. If B is more electronegative, whenever I am breaking such a bond, B will be having negative charge. It is having negative charge because both the electrons in the bond are taken by B. And A is losing its own electron, it is having positive charge. If that particular positively charged species happens to be carbon, it is called as carbocation. The intermediate is called as carbocation. If that particular negatively charged species happens to be carbon, it is called as carbanion, and the intermediate is 8 electron species. If it is a carbanion, it is a 6 electron species if it is a carbocation. Is this clear? A carbocation is also an electron deficient species because it is having 6 electrons. In order to have octet completion, it requires 2 more electrons. In case of carbon free radical, it requires only 1 more electron, hence it is highly reactive. Concentrate everyone, please be focused. If you are having this particular species where the carbon is forming a bond with metal, metal being less electronegative, carbon being more electronegative, carbon के पास electrons रहेगा. इस particular case में bond break करने के लिए मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ तो carbon will be taking both the electrons present in the bond and it will be having negative charge, or it will lead to the formation of carbanion. Carbanion जो है, it is 8 electron species. It is also unstable because it is charged, but its octet is complete. Okay, this is relatively more stable when compared to carbocation and carbon free radical. Reason being, its octet is complete. Okay, so usually we encounter 3 intermediates in any organic reaction. It can be a carbon free radical or a carbocation or a carbanion. Carbon free radical is odd electron species with 7 electrons. Carbocation is 6 electron species and carbanion is 8 electron species. Okay, ये पढ़ने के बाद हम इंडक्टिव इफेक्ट के बारे में डिस्कशन स्टार्ट किया. Whenever you have a covalent bond, and if the bond is not 100% covalent, then the bond is polarized, or there will be polarization of the bond, where one of the atom is having partial negative charge and the other atom is having partial positive charge. The one which is more electronegative, it will be achieving partial negative charge. The one which is less electronegative will be achieving partial positive charge. Okay, इस केस में हुआ क्या है, the electrons in the bond are shifted towards one of the atom. They are not completely transferred, and the shifting is happening through strong sigma bonds. A covalent bond जो है, as if you are having only one bond, that particular bond will be a sigma bond. Sigma bond being a strong bond, उसके अंदर से electron shift होना उतना ज़्यादा effective नहीं रहेगा. So there is just mild shifting of the electrons, which is leading to partial charges. If you are having an ionic bond, in that case, there will be transfer of electrons. One of the atom will be losing electrons and the other atom will be gaining electrons. The one which gains electrons will have complete negative charge. One which loses electrons will have complete positive charge. In case of transfer of electrons, the charges are significant. In this case, there are charges, but the value of charges is very, very less. Is that clear? Okay. Inductive effect समझने के लिए we have taken the example of alkyl halide. That doesn't mean that only in alkyl halides you will be having inductive effect. We have taken the example of alkyl halide to understand the inductive effect. Whenever you are having a polarizing group attached to the carbon chain, halogen being more electronegative, that halogen is withdrawing electrons towards itself and halogen is achieving partial negative charge. Carbon chain being less electronegative or carbon being less electronegative, it is giving away electrons or carbon is achieving partial positive charge. ये जो particular carbon है, as it has given away its electrons towards halogen, it is achieving partial positive charge, or this has become electron deficient. ये electron deficient होने के वजह से, as it is becoming electron deficient, this is trying to pull the electrons from the adjacent carbon. But there is no electronegativity difference between these two carbons. As there is no electronegativity difference, उतना ज़्यादा खींच नहीं पाता है. It will be withdrawing electrons only to less extent. इसलिए इसके ऊपर partial positive आएगा, and इसके ऊपर partial negative. Overall net charge इसके ऊपर क्या है? Partial positive minus partial. As partial is considered to be much less when compared to single delta, I am neglecting this partial negative. So overall इसके ऊपर charge क्या लिखेंगे? You will be writing only partial positive. And इसके ऊपर overall charge, it will be withdrawing electrons from this carbon. उतना ज़्यादा नहीं खींचेगा, relatively कम ही खींचेगा. So इसके ऊपर triple delta negative, इसके ऊपर triple delta positive. Triple delta positive इतना कम हो जाता है, इसके further भी inductive effect रह सकता है. The charges can be induced, but the effect will be negligible. Okay. So inductive effect is usually seen till first 3 carbons. उसके बाद जो carbon के ऊपर charges जो भी induce होगा, they will become much less significant. Is that clear? Okay. इसी में effect of branching के बारे में हम discuss किया. If there is branching, the carbon which is directly attached to halogen, it will be having partial positive charge. इसके directly attached carbons के ऊपर partial positive. इसके directly attached carbons के ऊपर triple partial positive. Any doubt? Okay. Initially, there are no charges because of attachment of group. You are inducing charges. Hence, the effect is called as inductive effect. It is a weak effect. I am calling it as weak effect because there is only shifting of charges, or there is only migration of the electrons in the strong covalent bond. Hence, the charges are partial. There is no transfer of charges. एक atom से दूसरे atom के ऊपर electron transfer नहीं हो रहा है. There is only shifting of the electrons through strong sigma bonds, hence the charges are partial. As the charges are partial, the effect is considered to be very weak effect. It is a permanent effect because as long as this group is attached to this particular carbon chain, you will be having these charges present on the carbon. Hence, the effect is considered as permanent effect. Is that clear? Okay. With respect to inductive effect, we will be defining 2 groups. Electron withdrawing group and electron releasing group. Electron withdrawing groups क्या करेगा? It will be withdrawing electrons and खुद के ऊपर negative charge आएगा. Hence they are called as minus I groups. Electron releasing groups क्या करेगा? They will be releasing electrons. If they are releasing electrons, खुद के ऊपर positive charge आएगा. Hence they are called as plus I groups. Okay, minus I groups and plus I groups. How to identify if a given group is minus I group or plus I group? If you are having alkyl group is always electron releasing group. Okay. अभी अल्काइल ग्रुप में जितना ज्यादा कार्बन एटम्स रहेगा उतना ही ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग होगा, क्योंकि हर कोई कार्बन एटम इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीज कर रहे हैं. ओवरऑल जितना ज्यादा कार्बन एटम्स रहता है उतना ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीज रहेगा. कैन आई से दैट? सो इफ यू आर हैविंग ए 3 degree alkyl group, what is meant by 3 degree alkyl group? The carbon which is attached to 3 more carbons, it is called as 3 degree. The carbon which is attached to 2 more carbons, it is called as 2 degree. The carbon which is attached to only 1 carbon, it is called as 1 degree. Here there is no attachments and it is methyl. सबसे ज्यादा इंडक्टिव प्लस का इफेक्ट किसका रहेगा? 3 डिग्री के लिए, because it is having more number of carbon atoms, followed by 2 degree, then you will have 1 degree, then you have methyl. Any doubt? Okay. Electron releasing groups further एक ऑर्डर दिया आपको. O minus is highly electron releasing because ये ऐसा याद रखो आप लोग, these two are negatively charged. As they are negatively charged, they are having excess of electrons. In order to have stability, they will always try to push that electrons. Okay, so these have become electron releasing. यहाँ पे the carbon chain is directly attached to the negatively charged atom. In this case, the carbon chain is attached to C double bond O, which is attached to the negatively charged atom. So ये थोड़ा दूर चला गया ना, इसलिए उसका इंडक्टिव इफेक्ट थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा. Is that clear? Okay, ठीक है. उसके बाद हम इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप्स के लिए भी एक ऑर्डर लिखा है. उससे पहले यहाँ पे हम रिलीजिंग ग्रुप्स में ट्रिटियम ग्रेटर देन ड्यूटेरियम ग्रेटर देन हाइड्रोजन करके लिखा. ट्रिटियम heavier is the isotope, more will be the inductive effect. Tritium being larger in molecular weight, और उसका मास ज्यादा होने की वजह से इट विल बी हैविंग ग्रेटर इंडक्टिव इफेक्ट व्हेन कंपेयर्ड टू ड्यूटेरियम व्हेन कंपेयर्ड टू हाइड्रोजन। सो उसी में एक क्वेश्चन जैसा भी आपको दिया, CD3 एंड CH3। CD3 का मास सबसे ज्यादा है, ऑल ऑफ देम आर प्रिपेयर्ड फ्रॉम मिथाइल इन ए वे। CH3 में हाइड्रोजन को रिप्लेस किया तो ट्रिटियम आएगा, CH3 में हाइड्रोजन को ड्यूटेरियम के साथ रिप्लेस किया तो यू विल गेट CD3 and you have methyl, simple methyl, you have CH3. CD3 having more mass, it has more inductive effect followed by CD3 and CH3. Okay. Next, electron withdrawing groups. इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप्स को यूजुअली आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करते हैं? एक तो ये कर सकते हो, इनको छोड़ के बाकी सब इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग है। ओके, ये ग्रुप्स है जो है, ये तो अल्काइल ग्रुप्स हो गया, एंड ये O माइनस एंड ये कार्बोक्सिलेट है। ओके, इनको छोड़ के बाकी सब इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग है। इनमें आपको ऑर्डर देखना इंपॉर्टेंट है। NR3 पॉजिटिव में नाइट्रोजन के ऊपर पॉजिटिव चार्ज है, as it is positively charged, it is desperate for electrons. It will withdraw electrons more and more. Similarly, NO2 में भी आपको नाइट्रोजन के ऊपर पॉजिटिव चार्ज, it is also desperate for electrons. बट यहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन के ऊपर नेगेटिव चार्ज है ना, सो ये रिलेटिवली थोड़ा इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दे रहे हैं इसको, सो ओवरऑल ये कम खींच रहे हैं। It is less electron withdrawing when compared to NR3 positive. This order is very, very, very important. In the start of the next lecture, I will be asking this particular order. You need to answer me. Okay, very important. NR3 positive greater than, NO2 greater than, CN. CN is nitrile greater than, fluorine greater than, carboxylic acid greater than, ketone या aldehyde greater than, fluoro, bromo, iodo, hydroxy, alkoxy. OR is alkoxy. Phenyl, C6H5 is phenyl. Phenyl greater than, alkyne greater than, alkene greater than hydrogen. Hydrogen is reference. With respect to reference, we are measuring all these orders. Okay? Hydrogen के respect में ये जो groups है, these are electron releasing. Hydrogen के respect में जो groups है, these are electron releasing and these are electron withdrawing. Okay? ठीक है, उसके बाद हम applications करके start किया. We didn't discuss much in this. Applications में we need to compare the usual questions which we get from inductive effect or any of these effects, factors affecting reactivity में. इसके बाद हम resonance effect करके कुछ पढ़ेंगे, hyperconjugation कुछ करके कुछ पढ़ेंगे. Any of these effects, their standard application is to compare the acidic or basic strength of given compounds. Okay. An acid is one which gives H positive. अभी के लिए definition याद रखना, acid क्या होता है जो H positive दे सकता है. And organic compounds के context में we define a base as one which accepts H positive. जो H positive को accept करता है, it is called as base. जो H positive को देता है, it is called as acid. Is this clear? Okay. अभी हमने यहाँ पे general statement करके एक लिखा, electron withdrawing groups, minus I groups increases acidic strength, and electron releasing groups decreases basic strength. Sorry, electron withdrawing groups decreases basic strength and electron withdrawing groups increases acidic strength. If you have electron releasing groups, they decrease acidic strength and increase basic strength. Electron withdrawing groups increases acidic strength and decreases basic strength. Electron releasing groups decreases acidic strength and increases basic strength. Okay. इसका रीजन क्या है इस लेक्चर में समझेंगे हम, डोंट वरी. पहले उसका अप्लाई कैसे करना है देखते हैं. I am saying that all these three are carboxylic acids. So those are acids. If it is an acid, it will be giving H positive. And वो कहाँ से H positive देगा? This particular OH is responsible for its acidic character. Why is OH responsible for acidic character? Oxygen ज़्यादा electronegative है. So इन दोनों के बीच में bond polarity बनेगा. Bond polarity बनने की वजह से that H positive can be removed. An acid is one which is giving H positive. H positive can be removed. ये याद रखना. H positive can be removed whenever it is in general attached to nitrogen, oxygen or fluorine. H positive can be easily removed. Okay. For the second period elements, nitrogen, oxygen और fluorine के साथ hydrogen attached है तो ये जो तीन है ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव होने की वजह से इनके ऊपर significant negative charge आएगा, and this particular bond can be broken easily, leading to the formation of complete H positive. ओके, सो ये तीनों कंपाउंड्स में आपको O bond H, O bond H, O bond H दिख रहे हैं. सो आई एम रिमूविंग H positive. एक बार H positive रिमूव करने के बाद you are forming some substances which are negatively charged. ओके, मैंने क्या कहा? इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप्स इंक्रीजेस acidic strength. तीनों में ये CO- तो कॉमन है. So compare with the groups other than CO minus. What are the groups attached to this other than CO minus? इसके ऊपर हाइड्रोजन है, इसके ऊपर CH3 है, इसके ऊपर CH3 CH2 है. All alkyl groups are electron releasing groups, and the electron releasing tendency increases if the number of carbon atoms in the alkyl group increase. यहाँ पे 2 कार्बन एटम्स है, यहाँ पे एक ही कार्बन एटम है. हाइड्रोजन इज ट्रीटेड एज रेफरेंस. So hydrogen is neither electron releasing nor withdrawing, it is reference. So CH3 CH2 CH3, both of them are electron releasing. This is more electron releasing. Okay, this is relatively less electron releasing. Electron releasing groups क्या करता है acidic strength को? They decrease the acidic strength, right? If they are decreasing the acidic strength, this will be least acidic. Okay, followed by this, and this will be highly acidic. So what is the order of acidic strength? It's A greater than B greater than C. HCOH greater than CH3COH greater than CH3CH2COH. इनके names भी क्या हो जाएगा? This is methanoic acid और इसका most common name है formic acid, common name, or it is methanoic acid. This is having 2 carbons. It will be ethanoic acid. This is having 3 carbons. It is propanoic acid. Okay, let us try to understand the reason behind this. Okay, हम अभी chemical equilibrium chapter भी पढ़ लिया. Okay, acid strong मतलब क्या होता है? The one which give more amount of H positive is treated as strong acid. Clear everyone? What is meant by strong acid? The one which give more amount of H positive is treated as strong acid. अगर वो 100% डिसोशिएट होता तो, सपोज HCl जैसा ले रहा हूं, HCl जो है वो 100% डिसोशिएट हो जाता है H positive और Cl minus में. So if I am taking 1 molar of HCl, इसका concentration 1 molar लिया तो मेरे पास H positive भी 1 molar आ जाएगा. इस केस में I will be treating HCl as the strongest acid because it is able to dissociate to 100% or it is giving me maximum amount of H positive. But whenever you take organic acids, एक example वो HCOH का ले रहा हूं मैं, H C double bond O bond O bond H, it will not dissociate to 100%. There will be an equilibrium formation. मतलब क्या है? ये जो HC double bond O minus जो मिलता है and H positive, these two will combine among themselves and they will form back HCOH. There is an equilibrium established between HCOH and the dissociated HCOH. Okay, ये 100% dissociate नहीं हो रहा है. Dissociate होने के बाद क्या हो रहा है? HCO minus is combining back with H positive to form back HCOH. Can I say that? वही होता है ना equilibrium reaction मतलब, which can go in forward direction as well as in backward direction. You will at the end of the at equilibrium, you will be having both products as well as reactants. Okay, is this clear? So इनमें acidic strength comparison का मतलब क्या है? जो ज्यादा H positive दे सकता है, that will be treated as stronger acid. ज्यादा H positive देने का मतलब क्या है? Can I say the reaction has to be predominantly in forward direction? Then only it will be giving more and more H positive, right? Predominantly forward direction का मतलब क्या है? This HCO minus, it should not combine back with H positive more and more. If it is combining with H positive more and more, what is happening to the amount of H positive in the system? It is decreasing. अगर ये इसके साथ combine कर लिया तो H positive कम होता जा रहा है. अगर ये इसके साथ combine नहीं हो रहे तो H positive will be present more and more in the system. Can I say that? Can I say that, everyone? Any doubt here? What we need to compare is, सब लोग सबके साथ मैं क्या कर रहा हूं? I am forming a negatively charged species as well as a H positive. I need to compare which will be combining back with H positive more and more. If something combines with H positive more and more, the acidic strength will be decreased. If something is not combining back with H positive more and more, it will be having more acidic strength. Can I say this, everyone? Please say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
अभी हमें क्या देखना है? कौन इन H पॉजिटिव के साथ वापस ज्यादा कंबाइन नहीं हो रहे, वो कैसे कंपेयर करेंगे? देखो, these things are unstable. Why am I saying them as unstable? Because these are negatively charged. Okay, ये negative charge रहने की वजह से वो unstable है. If you are having any group attached to this, which is increasing the negative charge, already a negative charge है, अभी आप लोग you are attaching groups which are increasing that particular negative charge. यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी नेगेटिव चार्ज है, ये इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग ग्रुप है ना, इंडक्टिव इफेक्ट से. दिस इज अ प्लस आई ग्रुप, दिस इज आल्सो अ प्लस आई ग्रुप. If it is a plus I group, what is happening to the negative charge inside this particular system? It is getting increased. So what is happening to the stability of it? Is the stability is getting increased or decreased?
Decreased.
It is getting decreased because ये negative charge है, negative charge का और negative charge दे रहे हैं आप लोग, so stability घटता जाएगा. So if it is becoming more and more unstable, वो क्या करता है? It will try to immediately combine back with H positive, क्योंकि जितना ज्यादा unstable हो रहे हैं उतना ही ज्यादा एनर्जी हो रहा है उसका. Okay, this is highly unstable due to more plus I of C2H5. If it is unstable, it will combine back with H positive, क्योंकि जितना ज्यादा unstable है उतना ज्यादा एनर्जी है. Okay, more is the energy, it will combine back with H positive, and overall the H positive in the system will be decreased. If the H positive in the system is getting decreased, it will we will call that as weak acid. समझ में आया? ये relatively हमको ये तीनों में compare करना है. This is relatively more stable because you are not having any electron releasing group. This is having an electron releasing group, but इसका electron releasing tendency जो है इसके comparison में कम है ना. So this is relatively less unstable when compared to this. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? और एक important point यहाँ पे याद रखना. If these are equilibrium reactions, we will be defining equilibrium constants. Okay? इसके लिए, if you are having an acid, the equilibrium constant for that is defined by symbol Ka. Okay, which is called as acid dissociation constant. The equilibrium constant in case of a weak acid, it is called as acid dissociation constant. And इसके लिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ Ka1. The second acid is having dissociation constant as Ka2. The third acid is having dissociation constant as Ka3. Okay. So the one which is stronger acid, for that the reaction will be predominantly in forward direction. If the reaction is predominantly in forward direction, what will happen to the K equilibrium value? It will also be high. Forward reaction मतलब K equilibrium ज़्यादा होगा ना. So what can I write a comparison between Ka1, Ka2 and Ka3? Ka1, as that is the stronger acid, Ka1 is greater than, Ka2 is greater than Ka3. Can I say this? So in the question, they may ask you what is the order of acidic strength, or they may ask you what is the order of Ka. दोनों सेम ही पूछा जा रहा है. Both the things mean the same. Acidic strength order या Ka मतलब क्या है? Acid dissociation constant. If it is a strong acid, it will be dissociating more. It will be forming more H positive. If it is dissociating more, इसका K equilibrium ज़्यादा होगा. Any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? Okay, very good. Okay, I will give you some questions based on अभी इसमें इस पर्टिकुलर थ्योरी में किसी को कुछ डाउट? और एक चीज यहाँ पे कुछ टर्म्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, एक बार सुनो. व्हाट इज एन एसिड? अभी मैंने क्या कहा? एसिड क्या होता है? which gives H positive. Okay, what is a base?
Which accepts H positive.
Very good, which accepts H positive. Base is one which accepts H positive. यहाँ पे उल्टा रिएक्शन देखो. In the forward reaction, this is giving H positive. If you observe the backward reaction, this particular species is accepting H positive. If this is accepting H positive, can I say this particular part is acting as a base? Okay. This is acid. Acid से जो भी base मिल रहा है by removing the H positive, that particular base is called as conjugate base. Everyone remember this term. By removing a H positive, after removal of H positive, the species which you are going to form that can act as base because it can accept H positive. Okay. The species that got formed by removal of H positive, it is called as conjugate base. Or these two are called as ये जो HCO minus along with HCOH. These are called as conjugate acid base pairs. Conjugate acid base pairs. Okay. Is this clear? If this is a strong acid, इन तीनों में कंपेयर कर रहा हूं. If this is a strong acid, इसका मतलब क्या है? ये वाला पार्ट वीक होना चाहिए, तभी तो ये वापस H positive से कंबाइन नहीं हो रहे. अगर ये स्ट्रांग होता तो क्या होगा? ये वापस H positive से कंबाइन कर लेगा. इन तीनों में this is weak, so corresponding acid strong हुआ. Okay, so a strong acid will always have a weak conjugate base. A weak acid will always have strong conjugate base. A weak acid इसलिए है, ये strong है. Strong होने की वजह से वापस H positive से कंबाइन कर लिया और you are decreasing the amount of H positive in the system. Very very important, ये point रख लेना, ऐसा याद रखना. A strong acid always has a weak conjugate base. How to form the conjugate base? By removing H positive from the acid. Is this clear? Everyone, Sairaj, everyone in the lecture.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to questions. I will give you some questions. Just mark the order of acidic strength. आपको ये समझ में आ गया ना? इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग ग्रुप्स क्या कर रहे हैं? वो नेगेटिव चार्ज को बढ़ा रहे हैं. इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप्स क्या करेगा बताओ? ये जो पर्टिकुलर नेगेटिव चार्ज है उनको घटाएगा. Whenever the negative charge is decreased, what will happen to the stability? It will be increased. अगर stability बढ़ गया तो it won't be combining back with H positive. In that case, it will be treated as a stronger acid. Is this clear? Okay. So आपको और कुछ statements, extra statements लिख रहा हूँ आपको understanding के लिए. Electron releasing groups decreases stability of conjugate base, hence the acidic strength is decreased. वैसे मैं क्या लिख सकता हूँ? इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप क्या कराएगा? It increases stability of acid. नहीं, अभी भी बेस ही बोलना है. We are talking about acidic strength only. Electron withdrawing groups increases the stability of conjugate base, hence the acidic strength is increased. Okay, ठीक है. Solve these questions. You need to mark the order of acidic strength. Mark the order of acidic strength. CH2 F COH CH2 Cl COH CH2 Br COH. Last में CH2 I COH. The order of acidic strength among these compounds. Part CH3OH CH3 CH2OH CF3 CH2OH. Solve these two questions. Tell me the answer. Electron withdrawing groups increases acidic strength. Electron releasing groups decreases acidic strength. Answer. Answer anyone?
First will be in decreasing order.
First will be in the decreasing order. 1 greater than. Very good. 1 is greater than. 2 greater than.
3 greater than 4 greater than 4.
हो गया 2 greater than 3 greater than 4 बस. Okay, 1 greater than 2 greater than 3 greater than 4. Reason क्या है? This fluorine is more electron withdrawing. ये याद रखना भी आसान है. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine है ना. Fluorine being highly electronegative, it will be more electron withdrawing. Followed by chlorine, then bromine, then iodine. यहाँ पे observe करना. This is not an alkyl group, normal alkyl group. This is attached to fluorine. अगर alkyl group जैसा रहता तो वो electron releasing होता. Okay, but यहाँ पे वो alkyl group नहीं है. This is attached to fluorine. Because of attachment of fluorine, it is acting as electron withdrawing group. Fluorine CH2 के अंदर से electrons खींच रहे हैं, and this will be withdrawing electrons from COOH. Is that clear? Okay. Overall, this must be treated as electron withdrawing groups because this carbon is attached to electron withdrawing groups. Okay. ठीक है. B का आंसर हर्ष. B का आंसर anyone?
1 greater than 2 greater than 3.
1 greater than. किसने कहा ये आंसर? Who answered this? Swami,
I
तुमने
did.
बताया?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. 1 greater than 2 greater than 3. Sorry, it is not the right answer. It is 3 greater than 1 greater than 2. 3 सबसे ज्यादा इसलिए फिर से हो गया, सी इट इज अटैच्ड टू क्लोरीन. Overall, it is acting as electron withdrawing group. CF3 is removing electrons from CS2, and that will be withdrawing electrons from OH. Whenever you are having an electron withdrawing group attached to the alkyl group, overall the alkyl part will be acting as electron withdrawing group. Confuse मत होना. यहाँ पे फ्लोरीन लग गया है ना, इसकी वजह से ओवरऑल वो इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप जैसे एक्ट हो जाएगा. एनी डाउट एनीवन? इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप्स इंक्रीजेस एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ, सो 3 सबसे ज्यादा होगा. उसके बाद ये इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग हुआ, CH3 इज लेस इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग व्हेन कंपेयर्ड टू CH3 CH2. C2H5 इज मोर इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग, इसलिए इसका एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ सबसे कम हुआ. एनी डाउट एनीवन? प्लीज आस्क मी.
सर वो इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग है, इलेक्ट्रॉन विड्रॉइंग कैसे कहते हैं?
इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग है, इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग है, कैसे देखना है? ये अल्काइल पार्ट है ना, स्टार्टिंग से हम पढ़ते आ रहे हैं. कल के नोट्स आपको रिवाइज करना चाहिए. इसलिए अल्काइल पार्ट्स आर ऑलवेज इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग. इनको छोड़ के मैंने क्या कहा, बाकी सब इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ही होगा. नहीं तो यहाँ पे देखो फ्लोरीन है, फ्लोरीन इलेक्ट्रॉन नेगेटिव है, so it will withdraw electrons. So this entire group is becoming electron withdrawing. CH3CH2, C for the group that is attached to the acidic part. सब में OH common है ना, you should not compare using OH because सब में OH common है. That part is responsible for the acidic character. यहाँ पे OH जो है that is responsible for the acidic character. यहाँ पे भी वही OH है, यहाँ पे भी वही OH है. So you should not compare using the OH part. उसके attached groups को देखना है. यहाँ पे CH3CH2 alkyl group, more the number of carbons in alkyl group, more will be the electron releasing power. यहाँ पे the alkyl group is attached to fluorine. Fluorine electron withdrawing हो गया और 3 fluorines attach किया. एक फ्लोरीन ही ज्यादा withdrawing है, 3 fluorines मिलके और ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉ करेगा, इसको ज्यादा स्टेबलाइज करेगा. ओके, एसिड के अंदर नेगेटिव चार्ज आ रहा है आपको, वो नेगेटिव चार्ज को स्टेबलाइज करने के लिए इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप चाहिए. इज दिस क्लियर टू एवरीवन? ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Again, you need to compare acidic strength order. Just see if it is an electron releasing group or electron withdrawing group. Try to understand that. एक बार वो आ गया, हो गया ये वाला पार्ट, इंडक्टिव इफेक्ट खत्म. Compare the acidic strength order again. Tell me the answers.
So for first it will be 4 greater than 3 greater than 2 greater than 1.
Very good. First it is 4 greater than, 3 greater than, 2 greater than 1. Very good. Because we are having more and more electron withdrawing groups. यहाँ पे 3 Cl अटैच किया, यहाँ पे 2 Cl है, यहाँ पे एक ही Cl है. ये तो इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग ग्रुप हो गया. मिथाइल ग्रुप जो है, it is not attached to any of the electron withdrawing group, so it is electron releasing. ये वाला इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग हो गया, ये वाला थोड़ा ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग है, ये सबसे ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग है क्योंकि 3 फ्लोरीन्स है. Okay. Okay, next question का answer.
So is it 3? 3 is greater than 2, greater than 4, greater than 1?
No, the answer is again 4 greater than, 3 greater than, 2 greater than 1. First of all, try to identify the groups which are attached to COH. ये electron releasing group है. This is plus I group because it is an alkyl group. ये alkene हो गया, AB minus है, या alkyne हो गया, AB minus I, ये phenyl हो गया, AB minus I. If you see the order of withdrawing groups, phenyl C6H5 सबसे ज़्यादा, followed by alkyne, followed by alkene. Okay, ये ज़्यादा electron withdrawing है. So इसलिए phenyl वाला. This is nothing but C6H5 only. Benzene, इसके अंदर से एक हाइड्रोजन हटाया तो you will get C6H5. C6H5 is having greater electron withdrawing when compared to alkyne and then alkene. So the answer again becomes 4 greater than, 3 greater than, 2 greater than 1. Any doubt, anyone? All right. Okay. अब तक हम H strength compare किया. Let us take up a question where we will be comparing basic strength. What is meant by base? मैंने क्या कहा आपको?
Accepts H positive.
Very good. One which accepts H positive. So I am giving you 2 examples. ये एक है. ये एक है. Okay. This is 1. This is 2. Understand everyone. एक बार देखो सब लोग यहाँ पे. Why is this acting as a base? First of all, नाइट्रोजन के ऊपर लोन पेयर है, इस नाइट्रोजन के ऊपर लोन पेयर है. That lone pair can be given to H positive. It will be accepting the H positive to form. If lone pair is given to H positive, वहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा? NH3 positive हो जाएगा. In this case also, if it is accepting that H positive, what is a base? One which accepts H positive. Why is it able to accept the H positive? Because of the presence of the lone pair on nitrogen. It will also become NH3 positive. अभी क्या हुआ? ये base है तो everyone concentrate here. If this is a base, this will be called as conjugate acid. Why am I calling this as conjugate acid? Because this can release H positive to form this. If it is releasing H positive, this can be treated as acid, right? If this is accepting H positive, this is base, and if this is releasing H positive, it is called as acid. And ये इससे बना है, and this is called as conjugate acid of this. Or these two are will be called as conjugate acid base pairs. Okay. देखो, in the conjugate acid, you are having positively charged. अभी ये जो particular positive charge है, if this is decreased by some factor, वो हमारे लिए फायदा है या नुकसान है?
नुकसान.
नुकसान है. ये positive charge है. The instability is because of presence of positive charge. If that positive charge is decreased, अच्छा है ना? ये unstable करके क्यों बता रहा हूँ मैं? Because ये positively charged है. This will always try to release that H positive, and it will try to combine or form back this NH2 and H positive. So if this positive charge is stabilized by some means, if you are having electron releasing group, what will happen to the positive charge? It will be diminished, right? So ये ज़्यादा stable होता जाएगा. ये जितना ज़्यादा stable होगा, ये उतना ही ज़्यादा H positive accept करेगा. If this is becoming unstable, this will also not have tendency to accept H positive. If this is becoming more and more stable, this will accept that H positive and combine to form this particular product, conjugate acid. Is that clear? इसके अंदर पॉजिटिव चार्ज आ रहे हैं, इसका स्टेबिलिटी का डिस्कशन पहले क्यों कर रहे हैं हम? क्योंकि इसके अंदर पॉजिटिव चार्ज है। वो जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज जितना ज्यादा होता जाएगा उतना ही ज्यादा अनस्टेबल होता जाएगा ना। पॉजिटिव चार्ज कम कब होगा? इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग ग्रुप रहा तो। पॉजिटिव चार्ज ज्यादा कब होगा? इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप है तो। ये फिनाइल हो गया C6H5। C6H5 जो है ये -I है। ये जो है साइक्लिक अल्काइल ग्रुप है, ये भी अल्काइल ही है अभी भी। Alkyl group is +I. So out of these two conjugate acids, which is more stabilized, 1 or 2? All sleepy heads, please wake up. Out of these two, which is more stabilized? One is more stabilized. देखो एक बार, यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज है, पॉजिटिव चार्ज को मैं इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दे रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज से और इलेक्ट्रॉन्स खींच रहा हूँ। ये ऑलरेडी पुअर है, उसको जाके लूटोगे क्या आप लोग? व्हाट इज meant by positive charge? Deficit of electrons. If this is already poor, you are looting the poor person. You will go into depression. This is poor, you are giving electrons, you are adding electrons. आप लोग पुअर पर्सन को कुछ सहाय कर रहे हैं ना। This will become happy, so this will be more and more formed, this will less and less formed. What is so difficult in understanding this? Okay, clear है? पॉजिटिव चार्ज को स्टेबलाइज करवाना है, इलेक्ट्रॉन रिलीजिंग ग्रुप चाहिए। यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? इन केस ऑफ एसिड्स क्या हुआ? यू आर फॉर्मिंग ए नेगेटिवली चार्ज स्पीशीज। ये नेगेटिव चार्ज को स्टेबलाइज करने के लिए क्या चाहिए मुझे? इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप। ये और इसके पास बहुत ज्यादा नेगेटिव चार्ज है, सो इफ आई वांट टू स्टेबलाइज इट, आई नीड टू हैव इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप। इन केस ऑफ बेसिक नेचर, you are having positive charge upon acceptance of H positive. In order to stabilize that positive charge, you need to have electron releasing group. Is that clear? I hope this is clear. Okay, this is ये बहुत ज्यादा कॉमन सेंस के पॉइंट्स ही है। प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑल ऑफ दिस, बिकॉज हमारा फर्दर पूरा डिस्कशन पूरा ऑर्गेनिक में इसी के ऊपर चलता जाएगा। ओके, पॉजिटिव चार्ज को स्टेबिलिटी के लिए नेगेटिव चार्ज चाहिए, नेगेटिव चार्ज को स्टेबिलिटी के लिए पॉजिटिव चार्ज चाहिए। क्लियर? या नेगेटिव चार्ज को स्टेबिलिटी के लिए उसके अंदर से नेगेटिव चार्ज को निकाल दो, पुल दैट, इट विल बिकम मोर एंड मोर स्टेबल। क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Please answer. Is this clear?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So can we go ahead? So इसका आंसर बताओ फिर, फाइनल आंसर। बेसिक स्ट्रेंथ ऑर्डर
1 greater than 2.
very good, it is 1 greater than 2 because 1 is getting stabilized upon acceptance of H positive, 2 is getting destabilized upon acceptance of H positive, so it won't accept. Okay, or it will be accepting to lesser extent. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next question. CH3, CH2, CH2, COH, CH3, CH2, CH, इसके ऊपर Cl है, COH, CH3, CH, Cl, CH2, COH. Again you need to compare. देखो सबसे पहले बार बार वो लोग ये नहीं कहेंगे एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ ऐसा, without even seeing, you can say if it is an acid or base, right? COOH है, so H positive देगा, so obviously you need to compare the order of acidic strength, right? Tell me the order of acidic strength. क्या लग रहा है आपको? एनीवन? fastest
Four
fingers
greater-
first. Yeah,
4
Srijit.
greater than 3 greater than 2 greater than 1.
Wrong answer.
2
Any
greater
other?
than 3 greater than 4 greater than 1.
2 greater than 3 greater than 4 greater than 1. Very good, Manas. Very good. That's the right answer. बाकी लोग क्या लग रहा है आपको? क्या लग रहा है? 2 3 4 1. Is that the right answer? इसमें कंपेयर कैसे करना है? Once observe the molecules. In 1 you don't have any chlorine. In 2, 3 and 4 you are having chlorine atoms. But what is the difference in the position of the chlorine atoms? That chlorine is going away and away from COH, right? ये जो inductive effect है, does that inductive effect depend on distance? जितना पास में रहेगा उसका inductive effect ज्यादा लगेगा. If it is going away and away from that particular group, उसका inductive effect कम हो जाएगा ना. So यहाँ पे Cl बहुत पास में है, यहाँ पे थोड़ा दूर हुआ, यहाँ पे Cl और दूर हो गया. But still you are having an electron withdrawing group, so this will be better than 1. In 1 you are having only electron releasing group because this is purely alkyl group. Alkyl groups are electron releasing ना. यहाँ पे Cl लगने की वजह से electron withdrawing हुआ. Is that clear? So as distance increases, IE indicates inductive effect. Okay, inductive effect decreases. So based on that, what is the order? 2 greater than 3 greater than
4 greater than 1.
4 greater than 1. Any doubt, anyone? अभी आपको इसी में और एक कंपाउंड ऐड कर रहा हूँ. कंपाउंड ऐड करने के बाद टेल मी द ऑर्डर. I'm adding compound 5. You need to compare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. CH3, CH2, CH. यहाँ पे फ्लोरीन है, and you have COH. CH3, CH2, CH, fluorine and COH.
5 will be the greatest then.
5 greater
Very-
than 2 greater
Very
than
good.
3.
5 will be the greatest. बाकी सब ऑर्डर सेम रहेगा.
Fluorine is
Everyone समझ में आया? रीजन क्या है? Fluorine is more electron withdrawing ना?
Yes.
So 5 is greater than 2 greater than 3 greater than 4. Okay. और एक कंपाउंड ऐड करता हूँ. Tell me the order. CH3, CH. यहाँ पे फ्लोरीन लगा रहा हूँ. And then CH2, COH. Can you tell me the extinction order?
5 greater than 6 greater than 2 greater than 3 greater than 4 greater than 1.
Okay. 5 greater than 6 greater कहा वैष्णवी तुमने.
5 greater than 2 greater than 6.
5 greater than 2 greater than 6. आयुष बोल रहे 5 greater than 2 greater than 6. वैष्णवी बोल रहे 5 greater than 6 greater than 2. एक कंफ्यूजन क्यों आया है? फ्लोरीन जो है वैष्णवी तो फ्लोरीन मोर इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव करके दिस विल बी हैविंग मोर इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप करके 6 को पहले प्लेस किया 5 के बाद. आयुष जो है क्या सोचा? क्लोरीन एज इट इज क्लोज टू COH. यहाँ पे फ्लोरीन थोड़ा दूर चला गया ना. यहाँ पे क्लोरीन जो है पास में है बट उसका इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग नेचर तो कम है. In this case, I cannot compare unless and until I know the exact K equilibrium values. No logical comparison can be made because इसके लिए एक factor अच्छा है which is electron withdrawing nature of fluorine. The other factor which is opposing is the distance. यहाँ पे distance पास में है but electron withdrawing nature कम है. Okay, इस केस में I will write no logical comparison can be made between 6 and 2. बाकी सब में कंपेयर कर सकता हूँ. no logical comparison can be made between 6 and 2. Any doubt, anyone? Okay. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Yeah. Any doubt? In the chapter of chemical bonding also, we discussed about resonance, and there for the discussion on resonance, we took the example of ozone. You will take the same example. You will take the example of ozone. If I try to write the structure of ozone, ozone has 3 oxygen atoms, oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. Let me call this as oxygen 1, this is oxygen 2, this is oxygen 3. Oxygen को stability के लिए you need to have 2 more electrons. इसका मतलब you need to form 2 covalent bonds, right? Oxygen का outermost electron 6 है. In order to have octet completion, you need to have 8 electrons. मतलब you require 2 more electrons. 2 more electrons मतलब you need to form 2 bonds. ठीक है, ये 2 ऑक्सीजन के बीच में 2 bonds बना दिया. इस ऑक्सीजन के बीच में और इस ऑक्सीजन के बीच में 2 bonds बनाया. Now both of these oxygens are satisfied because their octet is complete. ये वाला ऑक्सीजन का भी कितना इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए? 2 more electrons चाहिए. Oxygen का outermost electron 6. Out of those 6 electrons, 2 electrons are participating in bonding. 4 electrons are left. So you are having 2 lone pairs. On each oxygen you are having 2 lone pairs. इस ऑक्सीजन के पास अभी कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है? 1 2 3 4 5 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है ना. ऑक्टेट के लिए कितना इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए? 2 more electrons चाहिए. So इसके साथ कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड जैसा बना लो. Can I do that? If I don't want to show the bond as a coordinate bond, what we will do? Single bond करके you will give charges, right? जो electrons दे रहे उसके ऊपर positive charge, जो electrons ले रहे उसके ऊपर negative charge. So what can I do is, ये general structure है. I can represent this as oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. इन दोनों के बीच में नॉर्मल बॉन्ड, इसके बीच में कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड, एक बॉन्ड, इसके ऊपर पॉजिटिव, इसके ऊपर नेगेटिव. एनी डाउट? एनी डाउट एनीवन? लेट अस कॉल दिस एज स्ट्रक्चर ए. इस केस में क्या किया मैंने? आई हैव फॉर्म्ड द कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड्स, नॉर्मल कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड्स बिटवीन 1 and 2, and I have formed a coordinate covalent bond between 2 and 3. मैं उल्टा भी कर सकता हूँ, which is 2 और 3 के बीच में normal double bond and 1 और 2 के बीच में covalent bond. So if I do that, what will I get? यहाँ पे 1, यहाँ पे 2, and this is 3. इन दोनों के बीच में coordinate bond. So इसके ऊपर positive, इसके ऊपर negative. इन दोनों के बीच में double bond. Any doubts? Any doubt, anyone? Let us call this as structure B. Now let us study some bond parameters. Bond parameters. एक 10 मिनट में छोड़ने वाला हूँ, ये याद कर, ये पहले ध्यान दे देना. Bond parameters. What are bond parameters? I can either study bond order. What is meant by bond order? Bond order is nothing but number of bonds between 2 atoms. Very good. Or I can study bond length. I can study bond energy. Okay. I am studying these parameters for structure A. Bond parameters, I am studying all of them for structure A. Oxygen 1 और 2 के बीच में bond parameters and oxygen 2 और 3 के बीच में. I'm studying the bond parameters between oxygens 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. 1 2 के बीच में 2 3 के बीच में. Okay, बताओ 1 और 2 के बीच में what is the bond order?
2.
Number of bonds are 2. Good. 2 और 3 के बीच में
1.
1.
very good. Let us take the bond length of 1 and 2 as L1 and the bond length of 2 and 3 as L2. Can you tell me the relation between L1 and L2?
L2 greater than L1.
L2 greater than L1. एक बार यहाँ पे ध्यान देना 1 और 2 के बीच में 2 bonds है, 2 और 3 के बीच में एक ही bond है. More the number of bonds, more are the attractive forces, closer will be the atoms. So जितना पास में रहेंगे bond length कम होगा. Okay? So L1 is less than L2. Okay. Bond energy के लिए इनके बीच में let us take it as E1 and let us take this as E2. Can you tell me the comparison?
E1 greater than E2.
E1 greater than E2.
E1 has to be greater than E2 क्योंकि इन दोनों के बीच में 2 bonds है, 2 bonds को break करने के लिए ज्यादा एनर्जी लगेगा when compared to single bond. Is this clear? If I compare the same parameters for structure B, exactly उल्टा हो जाएंगे. 1 और 2 के बीच में bond order 1 हो जाएगा, 2 और 3 के बीच में bond order 2 हो जाएगा. This bond length will be greater when compared to this bond length. This bond energy will be lesser when compared to this bond energy. So all the parameters जो भी है exactly reverse हो जाएगा. Can I say that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So either you can have bond parameters like these if I'm taking the structure A, or you can have the reverse of these bond parameters if I'm taking structure B. ये दो things possible है. Okay. But if you do experiment and if you calculate the bond energies and bond lengths, उससे पहले एक statement लिख रहा हूँ. All these parameters or results would be reversed if we study the structure, B. Can I say that? Okay. But whenever you are taking the actual structure, matlab if you are doing experiment and if you are trying to find the bond order between any two oxygens, you are not getting the bond order as 2 or you are not getting the bond as 1. Okay. Bond order 2 भी नहीं मिल रहा है, bond order 1 भी नहीं मिल रहा है. The bond order is coming out to be 1.5. The bond length L1 is coming to be exactly equal to L2. The bond energy E1 is coming exactly equal to E2. I can explain this phenomenon if I take average of structures A and B. If I take average of structures A and B, then I can clearly say bond order will be 1.5, bond length L1 equal to L2, E1 equal to E2. इनका average का मतलब क्या है? एक बार देखते हैं. I am taking these two structures again here. इसका average, what is meant by average? दोनों को add करो and divide by 2 करो. दोनों को add करने का मतलब क्या है? Oxygen, 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 oxygen. In this case, between 1 and 2, you are having 2 bonds. In this case, between 1 and 2, you are having only 1 bond. What will be the average? 2 plus 1 divided by 2. What is 2 plus 1 divided by 2?
1.5.
1.5. So यहाँ पे 1.5. इस केस में भी 1 है, you are having 2 bonds. What is 1 plus 2 divided by 2? Again 1.5. Any doubt? इस केस में you are having charge as plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 divided by 2. Overall charge will be plus 1. इस केस में यू आर हैविंग चार्जेस 0 -1. 0 -1 divided by 2 कितना है?
minus half.
-half. इस केस में भी
minus half.
-half. ओके, दोनों का बॉन्ड ऑर्डर 1.5 है. So bond order 1.5 है तो bond length L1 has to be L2 ना, and energy E1 will be equal to E2. Okay, so the actual structure is not these any of the A and B. The actual structure is this C. Okay, structures A and B जो है, these are called as structures A and B. These are called as resonating
Structures.
or canonical or
Imaginary.
contributing or imaginary, because they don't exist, right? Hence I am calling that as imaginary. Okay, that structure C, it is the
Hybrid.
actual structure which is resonance hybrid, which is the hybrid of structures A and B. Resonance hybrid or the actual structure. Is this clear? We need
Yes,
to
sir.
understand whenever resonance happens, we need to understand 3 W's. ये कल डिस्कस करेंगे. We need to understand 3 W's. क्या क्या है? First of all, why is resonance happening? Second is, when will resonance happen? What is the condition for resonance to happen? And the last is, once we know about condition, we will understand where will resonance happen, in what all systems that condition will be satisfied, and we will list out all the systems where resonance can happen. Understand these 3 W's, most of the organic is done. Matlab, you can understand any of the concept of organic chemistry if you understand this resonance. ठीक है? Clear है? Inductive effect समझ में आया? The next effect that contributes to the reactivity is resonance. इसके बाद और एक effect है hyperconjugation. Most of the things are done. Organic, that is the base. If you know the base, you can do a lot of things. Okay. We will understand about these 3 W's in the next lecture.